All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Christian Sports Corner. Real quick, man, hope everybody's having a great Saturday. All right, hope everybody's having a good Saturday, man. Busy Saturday for me. But so Deandre Jordan to the Los Angeles Lakers. What's the implications of that? First of all, let's talk about the fact that he was not the Lakers' number one choice. The number one choice they went with Damian Jones. If you remember him, he played like 6 games for them last year. He was on 2 10-day contracts. And I'm going to be 100% honest. I would love for them to bring that young man back. I hated that they let him go last year. You know what I'm saying? But they had to make, some moves or whatever for the Los Angeles Lakers to get Andre Drummond. And we all know how that panned out. Right now, I think we all wish we would have kept him. But hey, that's neither here nor there. I really like because I thought he was really versatile. He can finish around the rim, and he was young. So but he's with the Sacramento Kings, and for some reason, the Sacramento Kings have picked up his, I think it's a $1.9 million contract, whatever, something like that. Sacramento Kings have picked that up, so he got to stay with Sacramento. But first of all, let's talk about, let me get 30 seconds on Sacramento Kings. The hell are they doing? Right? Like I think they got every big man in the league. Like they got like 5 or 6 centers on their team. I don't know what's the grand plan over there. Like they gonna win by just being taller and bigger than everybody. I don't get it. It's not making sense to me. Some of those they're gonna have to let some of those guys go eventually. Well, I mean, they don't have to financially, but just if you want to increase the team's ability to do anything, you might want to get rid of some of the big guys. You got to have them all. All right, but that's my take on that. Now, DeAndre Jordan coming to the Lakers to me is a move. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna write home about it. But I mean, you mix him in there with Dwight Howard, and I like that. I like that. Give him 15, 20 minutes. He'll lob threat, obviously. But you mix him and Dwight Howard, split their minutes down the middle. I say about 20 minutes each or something like that. It could work out. That could work. I got no problem with that. But do this move the needle for the Lakers at all? In my opinion, nah, it really don't. When you think about it though, and we talked about this last night on my live stream, it kind of reminds you of the JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard 2 years ago with the Lakers. You know how they kind of rotated those guys. And so when you watched it, you were like, okay, that worked. And you notice I'm talking about Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan and not talking about Marc Gasol, right? So to me, I don't see the Lakers having 3 centers. So it's kind of like saying they know, like Marc Gasol is probably out of there, right? Now, me personally, do I got anything against Marc Gasol? Not at all. Do I think he can definitely stretch the floor and knock down some threes? Definitely, but he just can't move. It's like he's stuck in quicksand, guys. I really don't see the, the need for him. I think it's time for him to move on. I don't know if basketball is to continue in the NBA or whatever else other avenues of approach he want to go down. I'm 100% on board with him doing that and leaving the Lakers. I just don't. I never felt comfortable with him on the court. Yeah, he'll have 1 or 2 threes a game, but maybe 3. If he's having a good game. But other than that, I mean, he can't move. He can't get off the floor at all. He's not really a defensive. He was at one point. He was defensive player of the year at one point. That guy ain't there no more. So. It just his lack of mobility kind of makes him a liability, and quite frankly, I think the Lakers should move on from him. DeAndre Jordan, Dwight Howard give you a little toughness in there, and I just think that's the right move right now based on what we have. Like honestly, the ultimate move would have been able to get Damian Jones, and apparently that's what they was trying to get. I would have loved for them to get him. For one, to give you some youth on that team, and 2, it'll give you some upside. Because I think he is still developing, right? Like he's still getting better. You know, Deandre Jordan done peaked out. You know, what you see is what you get at this point. Ain't much more improvement gonna be done there. So all in all, the move is a move in my opinion. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh, this move is gonna make the Lakers. No. It's not. It's a good move. It's a move. But it's not something that I'm definitely going to write home about in no way, shape, form, or fashion. So that's my take on the DeAndre Jordan move, man. I would love they would have got Jones. They didn't. So we'll see how all this pans out. I'm a big fan of let me say this, and I got to say this. I know the Lakers are old, all right? But how come, and this is my tension, all right? How come the Lakers are the only one that get the flack about being old? Like, we're going to act like the Brooklyn Nets didn't just bring back LaMarcus Aldridge and Paul Millsap. None of these guys in their 20s. These guys are all in their mid to late 30s. Both of these guys. So, this old thing now, like, I'm going to tell you what it does for Laker Nation. I don't know about no one else, but I'm going to speak for Laker Nation here. It makes us really defend our team, all right? Because it's like the slanders. Who was that? Channing Frye talking about some. Was it Channing Frye? Yeah, it was Channing Frye that said, oh, talking about the playoffs, this old team got to get there first. What? Come on, man. Like, and you act like, they're acting like this age thing. Now they are old. I'm giving you that 1,000%. But they're acting like, oh my God, they're like all used cars is just about to break down and then what is it? What they said? LAARP. I've heard that one. The Los Angeles retirement home. What? All these jokes. So let me say this. When the Lakers show and prove you wrong, I want everybody to come back to the congregation. We gonna have to you got to come down, come on down and sit and talk to me, because I got to stand up for my team, because they're slander now. Like, you just see people just throwing. I mean, it's like, oh, just slander the Lakers, You know what this kind of reminds you of? I'm gonna make a separate video on that. All this slander right now kind of remind you of that 2020 season, right? Remember? See, we forget about. Oh man, the Lakers gonna. They front office is ridiculous. They lost out on Kawhi. They don't know what they're doing. Frank Vogel's a bad coach. All of that. I remember all of that, right? Oh, by the way, we won a championship that year. Laker Nation, I got this, man. We got to step up and defend our team. Like, I'm sick of the slander at this point. But another video coming about that later, man. With that being said, guys, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, man, you gotta be great.